I think that this music isn't kind of as sun-drenched as, say, Joni Mitchell. It's not as sad as Nick Drake. It's not as self-consciously cool as the Kings of Convenience, but I think it's influenced by all three of those artists, and it has a kind of bleakness and beauty that's undeniably Scandinavian.
Let's listen to it. Me and Bobby, and a track called Capsized, discovered on the internet by, and at the risk of culturally stereotyping you, can I refer to you, Vic Sharma, as our Steve Show internet music guru?
Why not? Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
No, it sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
sounds pretty good. Yeah, no, that was a beautiful track. Truly. And they're not signed. It's an unsigned band.
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, they're unsigned. Yeah.
If people want to explore the Me and Bobby world,
I think there are a few tracks available to listen to at myspace.com/meandbobby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that track, guys? So your first introduction to Norwegian folk?
Very, very beautiful, actually. Sort of highlighted just how shallow and vacuous most of my life is.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Some nice instrumentation in there, Steve.
Yeah. There was, I think, maybe an accordion, possibly an oboe.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, Steve. Actually, in Norway, the Roadies Union is quite powerful over there. They've got their own union, and if you go to play a gig in Norway, you can only use instruments of a certain weight because obviously they don't want to injure their backs. So if you go to Norway and you're going to play the oboe, you have to make sure that you take the littlest oboe with you.
Oh, that was exhausting. No, do you know what? No,
Yeah,
don't clap that.
no, go on.
Don't clap that. If this week you have been listening to any other radio station which is playing any kind of Norwegian folk music, you'll have almost certainly heard the littlest oboe gag. So obviously, if you have, maybe Southampton's Wave FM was playing some Scandinavian music, please get in touch, 64046. A beautiful track, Vic, and that leads us where?
That leads us on to Tom McKean and the Emperors, who again are an unsigned band. I found them through Me and Bobby website. They're a 6-piece, and they feature members of Me and Bobby, and also lead singer Tom McKean, who possesses a beard so vast it would have put Karl Marx to shame. It really is something quite extraordinary. I do suggest check out the online gallery and
I'll be the judge myself.
Awe-inspiring. Yeah, absolutely. They've all been plugging away for years in other bands, but they've decided to put everything on the back burner to concentrate on this project, and I think that they, although not Norwegian, they operate in that same space, that kind of plaintive, bleak and beautiful space.
Yeah. Let's hear it, Ju. Tom McKean and the Emperors, and a track called One Thing on My Mind. I believe there was some clarinet in that. Harry, is there any news from the Norwegian Roadies Association about clarinets?
They've not been in touch yet, Steve. I'll let you know as soon as they do.
Okay, but oboes are still a problem over there.
Yeah.
Just tell us again. No, never mind. Yeah, Tom McKean, the Emperor's beautiful. Second choice from Vic Sharma, who's been trawling the web and discovering some beautiful music. And beyond his vast beard, is there anything else I need to know about Tom McKean?
No, the beard's just it.
That's it, is it? Okay.
I think they are actually playing a gig at the Slaughtered Lamb in central London on the 22nd of March.
That's the first piece of useful information we've ever given out on this show. I really appreciate it, thank you. This is actually quite a classy feature. It's great music, I've not heard it before, and we're speaking like sensible people for a change, beyond the oboe remark. So from McKean, you wandered on elsewhere?
Closing the circle, as it were, we end with Elizabeth Indestadt.
Is that the correct pronunciation?
I have absolutely no idea. I just made that up.
It's easy to, with words like that. Just say them confidently, and no one's going to query.
That's basically how I live my life. Now Elizabeth is from Bergen, which is the same town in Norway as Nan.
Oh, we've come full circle. Not your Nan.
No, not my Nan, but Nan of Me and Bobby.
Sure. I remember we played them just now, didn't we?
Absolutely. Yeah. Elizabeth boasts Neil Young, Bob Dylan, Ryan Adams and Daniel Lanois as her top 4 friends in MySpace.
Really?
That's
impressive.
think quite impressive.
Yeah.
And again, I think that there's a beautiful stillness about this music. And although it's steeped in a kind of American folk tradition, I think there's something uniquely European about it. And at the risk of sounding quite pretentious, in a way I think it reminds me of Wim Wenders' Paris, Texas, in the way that it reinterprets something American in a uniquely European way.
At the risk of sounding pretentious, yeah. I agree, I've heard it and I agree. Let's hear it. I'll Gladly Go There by Elizabeth. And it's the third choice from our internet guru, Vic Sharma. It's a beautiful song, as as were the others. And these are all available. They all have MySpace pages. People want to try and explore.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom McKean and Elizabeth Indestart both have MySpace pages.
And me and Bobby.
Me and Bobby again. MySpace.com/me and Bobby.
Perfect. Yeah. And they are magnificent. I'm hoping I will send you back out into the world, having made such a triumphant introduction to the show. And can I just say now, raising the quality and standard of the discussion and the choice of music by at least 86%, which because it just sort of shows us up really for the charlatans that we are. Do you know what? It was annoying. I felt like I aspired to be a John Peel, and I've become a Steve Wright. Nothing wrong with Steve Wright, but it's a shame. Round of applause for Steve Wright. And also keep that applause going for Vic Sharma. Thank you very much. Some excellent choices. And Vic, I'm hoping that you'll go out there and discover more for us for future weeks.
Absolutely, I will.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it enormously.
Six Music.
Foo Fighters. Who would have expected the drummer from Nirvana to go on and make so many great records? That's the note I've made to myself for a fascinating discussion. Dan, did you expect the drummer from Nirvana to go on and make so many great records?
No.
Harry?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Divides opinion.
It is now a far more fascinating discussion than I thought. I'm a massive fan of Dave Grohl. If I could have a celebrity showbiz pal, it would be he. I think he looks like so much fun to just hang out with.
Well, there's good reason for that, Steve. I've got a little Foo Fighters stroke Dave Grohl rev, which I'm not entirely sure is true, but I'm going to speak confidently, and maybe it will be.
Excellent.
I heard a story whereby somewhere in Australia there were a couple of guys mining. There was some awful incident, and they were trapped in the mine. They had a radio, they were playing Foo Fighters, they were loving the Foo Fighters. When they came out, they were finally pulled out of this mine after weeks. They said the only thing that kept us going was Dave Grohl and his sweet, sweet music. Grohl heard about this, said, I love those Oz miners, I'm going to go and show them a great night out Foo Fighters style.
Really?
And the next time he was in Australia, he very low-key met up with them, went for a drink with them. He's a lovely guy.
64046, if you can confirm that. Well, what sounds like a far-fetched story.
I believe it's
Perhaps
true.
you are Dave Grohl. If so, the chances of you listening probably very high. I'm a big fan. No, I'm a big fan of him. The chances are he's a huge fan of me. 64046. If you can confirm the Grohl miners story. Okay, so your recommendations are always welcome. As I said before, you can go to the Six Music website and make your voice heard. And we have more choices from the listeners. Who are we talking to first? Is it Dan? Dan, who have you got for me?
Well, the artist is called Johnny Boy. The song title, Don't Let This Put You Off, is called You Are the Generation That Bought More Shoes and You Get What You Deserve. Sounds a bit novelty, but the song isn't. But why take my word for it? It's from the listener Rob Parkinson.
Is it Rob Parkinson?
Yeah.
Is Rob on the line?
No, surely not.
Oh, Rob,
I am. Hello?
Hey, Rob, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Where are you calling from, Rob? You sound like you're on a moor somewhere.
I'm in a tower block in the centre of Leeds.
A tower block in the centre of Leeds, and why is that? You're about to leap off?
No,
I'm listening to these
I'm living
melancholy
in my...
Norwegian tunes. You thought, I've had enough.
Yeah, totally. I've had enough of my course and just thrown myself out the window.
So what do you do? Are you a student?
I am, possibly disqualifying me from the show. I'm a music student.
Oh, that's annoying. That's frustrating. And is this do you do proper music with violins and stuff?
Oh, no. Popular music. I'm a production student.
Oh, I see. So you'll just be learning to sort of feed off someone else's talent, like me.
Well, yeah, basically.
Excellent, great.
Pretty much, I guess.
What has led you to Johnny Boy and You're the Generation That Bought More Shoes and You Get What You Deserve?
Well, they were introduced to me by a mate of mine a couple of years ago, and I just loved it because the song is it's happy and sad, deep and ridiculous, and it just makes everything else seem completely irrelevant. It's great. Wow,
that's that's a heavy thing to say about a song that we're about to listen to. I hope you don't embarrass yourself.
Well, get yourself ready. It's awesome.
All right, thank you. Well, stay there, Rob, and I will give you my verdict once we've heard Johnny Boy. You Are the Generation That Bought More Shoes and You Get What You Deserve by Johnny Boy, the recommendation of listener Rob Parkinson. Rob, I've enjoyed that record.
Yeah, man, I thought it was awesome.
It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more awesome, man.
Where are you? Are you underwater now?
No, I'm not. I'm
this-
possibly in an area of dead reception, though.
Is this the way it works when you're a student? You know, obviously you've got a very poor phone. I imagine it's like one of those big kind of 80s style brick phones, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty large and horrible and old, yeah.
You've got to stand on top of the building to get reception?
Currently stood on my bed in my room, yeah.
Brilliant. Stood on your bed?
Yeah.
Is it, what's it like? Is it, I'm always keen to get a sense of the Six Music listener. Are you deeply untidy and horrid?
Horribly untidy. My room is covered in empty bottles of red wine and incense.
Typical. And incense?
Yeah.
Oh, incense.
I'm a bit of a hippie.
Yeah, do you have any joss sticks?
I do, I've got one burning right now.
Do you know what? I was once at a party when I was younger, and I didn't know what joss sticks were. I thought that they were some kind of drug. This is true. And I was at a party, and it was when I was in sixth form, and someone lit a joss stick, and I started going, "Oh man, this joss stick." I was inhaling the fumes, going, "Yeah, man, I'm loving this." And they were like, "It's a joss stick." I'm like, "Yes, it's good. This is a good joss stick." And I just so embarrassed myself, and yet again another failed date. Do you know what? I might climb to the top of that building and throw myself off. You're right, the music was so good, Rob, that I don't think it's worth continuing with the show. I'm going to see you later. Bye. Okay. No, that's excellent. But can Harry and his listener beat Rob's choice? Harry, what have you got for me?
Well, second choice I got today, Steve, is by the New Pornographers. Now, a lot of Steve's Show fans have been emailing in recommending tracks by the New Pornographers. We've had Niels in London. We've had Caitlin in California. We're not going to phone her. It's America. This is the BBC. Yeah. What we're going to use is a track called Use It, which has been recommended by Jack Bernhardt in North London.
Jack, are you there?
Yep, hi.
How's it going, man? You've been hanging on for a while. You're keen to speak, I imagine.
Yeah, I am a bit.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I am an 18-year-old, just turned 18 like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, brilliant. Happy birthday for them.
Thanks very much.
And what are you doing with your 18 years? What have you done so far? How's it gone? Have you had a good 18, or has it been a bit up and down?
It's been an okay 18 years, I suppose.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
Pardon?
Where do you live?
North London, Highgate.
Okay, right. Are you quite well off?
Yeah, pretty well off.
A bit of a trust fund kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But you're into the rock and roll to try and upset the parents.
Yeah.
Nice. Keep it real, man. Let's go. And what do you do? Are you working? Are you studying?
Yeah. Last year of school.
And what would you hope to do with your life?
Probably become a writer.
Really?
Yeah.
Just generic writing or any kind of writing?
I want to know more sort of like comedy shows, that kind of thing. Yeah,
it's a very tricky business, and I'm not sure you've got what it takes. just from listening to you there, Jack, good luck to you, mate. But so, what's the track you're recommending again? It's the New Pornographers.
Yeah, New Pornographers, Use It.
What's led you to the New Pornographers? Are you a big fan?
I am. I got introduced to them by a friend about a year ago, and bought Twin Cinema, which is their third album, I think.
Right.
And yeah, it's just they've got really great tunes. I don't know how to explain it. They're basically an eight-piece band from Canada, and sort of power pop, that kind of thing.
Sure. Listen, have you ever just lit up a joss stick or anything? Just chilled out to
No, I haven't done joss stick yet. No.
Yeah, I'd say, man, get some joss sticks from Camden Town or something, mate, and just have a wild Sunday night. I'll tell you. Okay, let's hear the New Pornographers. Hang on, Jack, and I'll give you my verdict after.
Cool. Thank you.
Pornographers as recommended to me by Jack. Before that we had Rob Parkinson's choice, Johnny Boy, and You Are the Generation That Bought More Shoes and You Get What You Deserve. And of course those two gentlemen pitted against one another for a place on the Steve Show playlist. Guys, are you pretty excited?
Yeah.
Pretty nervous?
Very excited, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty ready to go?
Okay, ready? I'm going to tell you, this is thrilling, isn't it? This is Sony Gold right here. Okay. Don't throw yourself off the top of that building, Rob, when I tell you that it's gone to Jack. I have to say, I did enjoy Johnny Boy, but I think the New Pornographers just pipped it to the post. Thank you very much for phoning in, guys, and I really appreciate you contributing some suggestions.
Thanks very much.
Alright, all the best.
Okay,
bye. Off they go. They are good guys. They're good guys. And if you want to recommend a track to me that you would like to hear played on the show, then www.bbc.co.uk/6music, and hopefully you'll find my face and you can make a recommendation that way.
Yeah, Steve, the New Pornographers there are very eloquently recommended by Jack. I obviously did a bit of work as well looking into them. Canadian band, basically fronted by a guy called A.C. Newman, and the band features Nico Case, who's an alt country pin-up and tremendous recording artiste. The problem I had, as people who take any notice of what I say will remember, there's probably about 3 of them, I don't have an internet hookup at the moment, so I had to do my Nico Case and my New Pornographers research at work. Obviously, after hours, in my own time, you know, I'm not getting paid for that.
No.
So obviously I went into Google, New Pornographers.
You're asking for trouble, aren't you?
Causes a few issues, not as many issues as a colleague of mine who had to go and pay his council tax. He lives in the London borough of Hammersmith and Fulham, so he's a lazy Googler. He basically types in HBFL, Googled it, hit the first thing, but what he'd actually done was get all the letters the wrong way round, and he actually ended up in a website called Lesbian Bitches from Hell.
Wow.
Yeah, the London borough of Hammersmith and Fulham, he got the words wrong, he got the letters wrong. Lesbian bitches from hell.
Oh, I can see how it would happen.
Exactly.
Is there any truth to that story?
It's completely 100% true. He did it at work, and I think the IT guys had to come down and have a word with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure
unlucky.
you sure that's not just an elaborate excuse that he gave? Yeah, I was trying to pay my council tax.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is the story that exists. You know, he still works for us. He's not been sacked.
Sure, I'd like to see him fired.
Well, you know,
No, for that kind of filth.
I'll see if I can do something
Stick
about
close.
that.
Listen, if you want to check out Lesbian Bitches from Hell, then what was the website again?
It's
we can't give it. We can't. There
God.
are young people listening. For goodness' sake, they need to be protected from that stuff. And if you want to pay off any council tax, what was the? It's public.